Hi, my name is Cynthia Dwyer. I've done this video, what I've called prostate cancer. Never let a soul brother go through the suffering and pain. Stop it early. Why am I doing this video? Because I never want or wish another husband, son, brother, uncle, or other male family member or family friend to go through what my late husband, our family, or I went through. I implore you, if you are in your 40s or above and are having problems such as urinary problems, passing urine more frequently, especially at night, pain when ejaculating, or rarely passing urine. By this I mean when you think you have finished and you end up starting urinating again, or find blood in your urine, please go and get it checked out. It might be just an infection, but it could be the early signs of prostate problems. If there's any history within your family of male members having prostate problems, or also known in the West Indies or as water problems, that's how our elders would say, go and get it checked out. Black males are 3 times likely to be diagnosed with prostate problems, stroke cancer. Ask for a PSA, prostate specific antigen blood test, as well as the digital anal test to check if your prostate is enlarged. Guys, forget about the taboo to do with the digital anal examination. Swallow your pride. If it is to save your life, are you going to say no? Let me, on behalf of my late husband Hugh, tell you where I'm coming from and why I have done this video. My name is Cynthia Dwyer, aka Sister Synth, to our old listeners on Jam Radio. I am of African Caribbean descent, age 56. I was married to Hugh Herbert Dwyer, aka Father Hugh, age 59. He came to the UK from Jamaica at the time I originally wrote this. He had been in the UK for 13 years. Prostate cancer, as we heard a few years ago, black males are 3 times likely to have symptoms of advanced prostate cancer before they are diagnosed, which is far too late. This should be picked up at a lot earlier stage. There is no excuse with all the advanced technology. Until my late husband was diagnosed, we had never knew or heard anything about prostate cancer. There is information out there, but we have to go and do our own research. Furthermore, there is a lot of research being done about prostate cancer, but it is hardly highlighted, and yet there are so many websites. Why are consultants and GPs in the UK not up to date with this information and practicing or promoting regular screening among our black males? This is 2013. Technology and science are so advanced. Why is the government not making sure the health promotion is happening, as well as signposting the person and their family, stroke loved one, to what benefits they're entitled to, especially when they have to give up work, or where they can get support within the community? Thank God that in March 2009, when Hugh and I told our listeners why we were unable to go onto the radio station talk show that we used to do. One of our listeners, when we told them what was happening, Joanne, who's a manager in the sickle cell team in Nottingham, signposted us to BME Cancer Communities based in Nottingham to the director, Rose Thompson. Rose helped Hugh and I to understand a lot about what was going on with him. Black sisters out there, especially those who are working in the media, talk shows, politicians, etc., we need to be raising the profile of prostate cancer and other forms of cancer. We hear about so many cancers which affect women, but very little about what affect our men. This needs to stop. Hugh and I were together almost 12 years and would have been married 9 on the 1st of September 2010, the year he passed away. Between us, we have 4 grown-up children, and now, sadly, he didn't get to see the others, but we've a total of 11 grandchildren. Hugh was a keep fit and healthy eating fanatic, even using, as he would say, backyard remedies, and he was a vegetarian. On and off for 3 years prior to being diagnosed, Hugh was going to his GP. Due to him having most of the symptoms which I've just mentioned, never once was he checked to see if his prostate was enlarged or sent for a PSA test. This is Hugh's story. Just after Christmas 2008, Hugh started to have pain in his back and was given ibuprofen, which made him sick, but the pain eased off. Then on the 14th of January 2009, the severe pain came back. He was working at the time and got sent home due to he was that bad. He was given some more painkillers and was told he had severe back strain. But his health continued to deteriorate. He was 13 stones and went down to 11.5 stone within a matter of weeks. I was not happy about this, so I contacted his GP and requested that the GP do further tests due to cancer being on both sides of his family. I had a difficult time in getting Hugh seen, but I continued to pursue the matter that he needed to be seen. On the 28th of January 2009, which happened to be Hugh's 59th birthday, Hugh and I went and seen his GP, who examined him and told him his prostate seemed a bit large, but it was nothing unusual for a man of his age. The GP wanted Hugh to go to the hospital the following day to have several blood tests done, including the PSA test. Hugh went and did this, and on the 30th of January 2009, he received a phone call from his GP that some of the blood results had come back and he needed to see Hugh on the 2nd of February 2009. When Hugh phoned me and told me that the results had come back so quickly, it raised alarm bells for me, because I have never heard of blood test results coming back so quickly. When we went to the GP, he said to us, there's no way of mincing his words, which he said to us several times. So Hugh and I looked at each other, and Hugh asked the GP, what are you trying to say? Is it that I've got cancer? All he would say is that he will be making a referral to the oncologist consultant, and Hugh would be seen within a few weeks. Thank God there was a cancellation the following day. When the consultant seen Hugh, he told him he was 100% sure to 110% sure that Hugh had prostate cancer. Hugh then had to have a biopsy and bone scan due to him being so young. The biopsy showed that Hugh had got prostate cancer, and the bone scan showed that he had secondary cancer in his bones. This was in his spine, pelvis, ribs and left femur. Hugh was started on hormone treatment and pain patches. His PSA was 199 at that time. On the 17th of August 2009, his PSA came down to 194. By the 22nd of September 2009, it was up to 400 due to it being aggressive. So the suggestion was to start radiation and chemotherapy, but Hugh needed an MRI scan before this could be done. On the morning of the 25th of September 2009, Hugh had an MRI scan done. And by the evening, Hugh was called back into the hospital. From August 2009, Hugh's health had started to deteriorate even more, to the point he could hardly walk. The scan showed that there was a tumour pressing on his spine. They caught it early and was able to treat it with radiation. We were told if it had not been caught early, then Hugh would have been paralysed. By this time now, Hugh's PSA had risen to 620. Hugh fractured his left hip and had to have an operation to have it pinned. This was due to bony spread, which meant his bones were weak due to the cancer. At the time, I actually wrote a blog because I was so angry. Why? Because the early signs were not picked up and my late husband ended up with advanced prostate cancer. There also needs to be more high-profile information, promotion within the community about prostate cancer, and to highlight the fact that even though any male can have prostate cancer, if caught early enough, it is treatable, or even you can have it removed. Hugh always took his health and well-being seriously, and yet sadly on the 4th of June 2010, Hugh lost his battle with prostate cancer. This cannot continue to happen. Hugh and I made a promise to each other that we need to raise the awareness of prostate cancer and how this had a knock-on effect with the family and still is doing. We were prepared to attend meetings such as conferences so we could tell our story and go on any campaign to raise the profile and hopefully make a positive difference, as well as setting up a support group within our local community. Sadly, Hugh passed away, but his legacy to raise awareness, support, will carry on via family, friends and myself. I intend to use the anger I feel and turn it into a positive in tribute of my late husband, soulmate, lover and friend, Hugh. Finally, to all our soul brothers out there, please, please, please go and get checked and leave the taboo at the door. It's your life. This is Cynthia Dwyer, aka Sister Sim. And this is Hugh, my latest